I think for me, the really important thing here is there are no silver bullets, and we shouldn't beat ourselves up about not having cracked it all already. We've got somewhere to start now, and we need to get on and take action. I think more of that in a minute. But where are we now in terms of this paradigm shift that we're going to have to deliver? Okay. I'm going to try and whiz us through. Keep going. Oh, gosh, it's gone back. Go back a bit. There you go. Most of you know this. Most of you know that we have huge gaps in life expectancy. I know we've heard it's a deficit measure, but it's a very relevant measure in terms of the gap in life expectancy at middle super output area across our patch. You've heard that before. What are the main causes? I know I shouldn't really pick off one of the body parts or two of the body parts that we've heard about today, but indulge me a little. Circulatory disease is our biggest killer. Thousands of people. I think the most important bit, though, is that 26% of these deaths are premature, and we heard about the Glasgow premature deaths, not as high, but there is a significant number that are premature. We've got massive variation across the patch. I'm not going to read them out, but twice as many deaths in one middle super output area as another. So you can't deny that a number of these deaths are preventable. Significant number are preventable, and 31% of the deaths would be eliminated if we simply rose and had the same death rates for the worst off as the best off. Not a dissimilar picture for cancer. Significant number of deaths, but this is the main cause of the preventable mortality. Breast, colorectal and lung cancers. Some of those are absolutely, as Mike was saying, linked to deprivation. We have a really large problem with lung cancers in women, which is undoubtedly linked to smoking habits. No doubt about that. But we do have a high incidence of other cancers that are associated with affluence, and we haven't cracked it yet. We haven't got all those women turning up at screening as often as they should. I felt like a real sinner earlier today, actually, because when we were talking about the deprivation map, I thought I'm going to put up the deprivation map. The only reason for putting this map up is to say that actually we've got issues everywhere. The little purple dots are the areas of index and multiple deprivation, the areas that are the most deprived, and they are dotted all over. The labels refer to our spearhead areas. What we did was we said, where are middle super output areas that have the worst health? We're not a spearhead area. We heard about spearhead areas earlier. We're not a spearhead area. So we made our own up. We didn't make them up, we actually defined them. What that map shows for me is that our issues in terms of poor health and our issues in terms of deprivation are scattered all over. And absolutely, to use one of the phrases, we are all in this together, and we do have to work at it together and across the patch. But you can't just target the deprived. We heard a lot about deprivation this morning. Many of you have seen this graph before. These are death rates of our most affluent and our least affluent, 10%. Our least affluent is the top line. Death rates are reducing. Absolutely fantastic. Thank goodness we're doing some things well. The bottom line is our most affluent. Not quite reducing quite as fast. I'll leave you to think why that might be. That's the same picture for coronary heart disease. Least affluent, most affluent. That's the picture for cancer. I don't know, Mike, what's happening in between, but I'm going to find out following your discussion earlier today. Somebody said to me that it reflected the lack of connectivity in our most affluent societies, or patches. We've heard quite a lot about that. Finally, I think we've heard it is about health. It is about health and well-being and resilience. This table shows that we have our worst and our best middle super output areas in terms of life expectancy. For men, it's Knutsford Town South, the best, and they live nearly 70 years without a disability, and then about 10 with a disability, 11 actually. On our area where the worst life expectancy is, middle super output area, is West Coppenhall for men in Grosvenor. And there's the people, healthy life expectancy is about 56 years with 20 years 18.5 years spent living with a disability. That's what you'd expect. That's what you see on the bottom for the women, if you focus on the bottom 2 rows. We're sat today in Tytherington. Tytherington, it always fills me with joy because actually for women it has a life expectancy of about 93. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. What it doesn't have is it's not only those last 10 years that women are spending living with disability, it's their last 20 years. So whilst their health might look good, is their well-being and resilience as good? I'm going to rush through. You've all got in your packs a copy of Living Well in Cheshire East. This is a starting point for our partners to commit to joint action. It reinforces the messages we've heard today that this is absolutely everybody's business. Okay? Oh, move, sorry. Okay. We would like you to read the document. There's quite a lot more information in there, just technical information. There's also some very inspiring messages. We'd like you to think about signing the statement of intent for your organisations. We've talked about the 10 key challenges, and I think we could probably add a few more on after today in terms of delivering our reduction in inequalities. I won't read through them. But by signing this statement, you will have to say and accept that inequalities are unacceptable. They are our business. They are your business. That we have to work together. That we have to endorse an approach that is about improving health and well-being. That it works at an individual, GP, community and organisational, we heard about hospitals earlier today, levels. And that we work across the whole spectrum. Okay? And that we're going to be active and engaged partners in this endeavour. Very practically, what we'd like from organisations is that you're able to assign a senior representative to a task and finish group and a champion within your organisation, and that you commit to partnership working. Certainly the PCT in the back of the statement, you'll see, have committed to that approach. And we really want to make sure that we deliver. There's a timetable there, a suggested timetable, which we can all work to. And I think we've had some suggestions that we do come back next year to share good practice and share our progress. I'm just going to hand over to Erica to finish off. Can I just say before I go, thank you to Matt Cunningham and Davina Parr, who organised today. Fantastic, fantastic conference, and I think it's an ideal platform from which we can all start to work together in the future.
Thank you. She stole that one.